The city of Ravenshade had always been shrouded in fog. Its streets curled like secrets, and its alleys whispered names long forgotten. On a Tuesday evening in November, Detective Adrian Ward received a peculiar envelope. It was old, sealed with crimson wax. His name was written in a careful hand, Detective Ward. Inside, a single line, "If you value truth, find Evelyn Cross before midnight." No signature. No return address. Adrian frowned. Evelyn Cross. He hadn't heard that name in years. She was a poet, celebrated once, then gone. Some said she died. Others swore she had simply vanished. Midnight gave him only 6 hours. He put on his coat, ignoring the chill outside. Ravenshade streets were slick with rain. Neon signs buzzed faintly, casting long shadows. Adrian's first stop was the Ravenshade Library. Evelyn had been known to spend entire nights there. The librarian, Mrs. Green, recognized the name immediately. "Oh, Evelyn," she whispered. "Brilliant mind. Tragic soul. Do you know where I might find her?" Adrian asked. Mrs. Green hesitated. "Try the West Wing. 3rd floor. But be careful. That place, it remembers." Adrian raised an eyebrow. Bookshelves didn't remember. But something in her tone unsettled him. He climbed the stairs, the wood groaning beneath his boots. The West Wing smelled of dust and rain-soaked stone. A single lamp flickered. And there, at a table, sat a woman. Thin. Pale. Writing feverishly in a notebook. Adrian approached. "Evelyn Cross?" She froze. Slowly, she lifted her head. Her eyes were grey, haunted. "You shouldn't be here," she said. "Someone sent me," Adrian replied, placing the letter on the table. She stared at it, trembling. "They know I'm still alive. Who knows?" Evelyn shut the notebook. "Not here. Follow me." They slipped out of the library into the rain. Evelyn walked quickly, never looking back. She led him through alleys until they reached an old boarding house. Inside, her room was filled with papers, sketches, and torn envelopes. Adrian glanced around. "You've been hiding." Evelyn nodded. "From them." "Who?" "The Society of Ash." Adrian frowned. He'd heard rumors, an underground group, manipulating politics, art, and money. But no evidence had ever surfaced. "Why would they want you?" Evelyn opened a box. Inside lay a bundle of letters. "Because of these." Adrian picked one up. It was dated 1923. But the handwriting was identical to Evelyn's. "This doesn't make sense," he murmured. Evelyn's voice was calm. "It will. These letters predict events, wars, deaths, even disappearances." Adrian felt a chill. "And you wrote them?" "I found them," she whispered. "Hidden in the walls of my family home. And now the society wants them." Adrian scanned the letters. One line leapt out, "Detective Ward will stand at the edge of Ravenshade Bridge at midnight, holding the choice of life or death." His stomach knotted. "That's tonight." Evelyn's hands shook. "Yes. That's why they sent you the letter. They wanted you to find me. They wanted this prophecy to come true. Adrian clenched his fists. Then we'll break it. At that moment, a noise outside the boarding house shattered the tense quiet. Boots. Dozens of them. Evelyn's face went pale. They found us. Adrian drew his gun. Stay behind me. Shadows moved past the window. A voice called out, hand her over, detective. She belongs to us. Adrian shouted back, not a chance. Glass shattered as the door burst open. Men in black coats stormed inside. The fight was brutal. Adrian fired, ducked, swung a chair. Evelyn clutched a box of letters, refusing to let go. Run! Adrian yelled. They bolted through the back door into the rain. The streets echoed with pursuit. Evelyn stumbled. But Adrian pulled her along. They reached Ravenshade Bridge. The clock tower struck midnight. Thunder rolled across the sky. Evelyn clutched his arm. This is it. The letter said you'd stand here. Adrian glanced at the river below. Cold, black water. The men were closing in. What's the choice? He asked. Evelyn's eyes glistened. Me or the letters? Save one, lose the other. Adrian's mind raced. If the society got the letters, the future was theirs. If they got Evelyn, she'd never be free. He grabbed the letters. Hold on, he told her. And he hurled the box into the river. Evelyn gasped. The papers scattered like birds, vanishing into the dark. The man shouted in fury. Adrian raised his gun. You've lost. But the leader only smiled. Not yet. The prophecy always finds a way. Suddenly, a shot rang out. Evelyn collapsed. Adrian caught her, rage boiling. He fired back, the leader falling to the ground. Sirens wailed in the distance, police back up. The men scattered into the fog. Adrian pressed his coat against Evelyn's wound. Stay with me. She coughed, whispering, the letters, they'll return. They always return. Her hand slipped from his. Adrian felt the world tilt. But she was still breathing, barely. The medics arrived, rushing her away. Adrian stood on the bridge, soaked in rain and blood. He glanced at the river. Something floated briefly, one page of the prophecy. He pulled it out, heart pounding. It read, the detective will burn the letters. But the truth will never drown. He stuffed it into his pocket, jaw tight. The society wasn't finished. And neither was he. 3 days later, Adrian visited Evelyn at the hospital. She was pale but awake. You saved me, she whispered. The letters are gone. Adrian shook his head. Not all of them. He laid the page on her blanket. Her eyes widened. Then it's not over. No, Adrian agreed. It's just beginning. That night, alone in his office, Adrian studied the page. The handwriting shifted before his eyes. New words appeared, trust no one. Not even her. He blinked, horrified. Was Evelyn part of this? Or was the prophecy trying to divide them? The shadows in the room thickened. He felt watched. A whisper brushed his ear, choose wisely, detective. He spun around. Empty. The page in his hand burned hot. He dropped it. But the fire died instantly. The words changed again. Tomorrow, at the clock tower, she will betray you. Adrian's breath caught. He didn't want to believe it. He didn't want to doubt Evelyn. But the prophecy had been right about everything else. The next day, he followed her secretly. Evelyn walked with a cane, her wound slowing her. She met a man near the clock tower. Adrian couldn't hear their words. But she handed him an envelope. His stomach dropped. She saw him then. Their eyes locked. Hers were filled with sorrow, not guilt. She mouthed, "I'm sorry." The man vanished into the crowd. Adrian confronted her. "What was that?" "I had to," she said. "To protect you. By feeding them information. By misleading them," she insisted. Adrian searched her face. Was she lying? He couldn't tell. The bell tolled overhead. The prophecy was unfolding. And Adrian realized he was no longer chasing truth. Truth was chasing him. That night, back at his desk, he laid out all the evidence. The letter that summoned him. The journal Evelyn had written in. The prophecy page. They formed a pattern he couldn't yet see. He closed his eyes, exhausted. A dream came. Evelyn stood on the bridge again. She held out the letters. "You can't save both," she whispered. Lightning split the sky. The city crumbled around them. Adrian woke in a cold sweat. His phone rang. It was Mrs. Green, the librarian. "Detective," she said urgently, "you must come. I found something." He rushed to the library. She led him to the west wing again. This time, behind the shelves, she revealed a hidden door. Inside was a chamber filled with boxes. Adrian opened one. Dozens of letters lay inside. All in the same handwriting. All signed, Evelyn Cross. "She's been writing them, Mrs. Green whispered. Adrian shook his head. "No," she said, "she found them." "Detective, Mrs. Green said gravely, "She lied." Adrian's blood ran cold. "Where is she now?" "With them, Mrs. Green said. Adrian staggered back. Betrayal cut deep. But doubt still gnawed. Was Evelyn the mastermind? Or just another pawn? He didn't know. All he knew was that the prophecy wasn't finished. He picked up one letter. It read, "The detective's final choice will not be between truth and lies, but between love and duty." Adrian closed his eyes. Rain hammered the library windows. Somewhere in Ravenshade, Evelyn was waiting. And the society was watching. The clock tower bell began to toll. Midnight was approaching once more. Adrian tucked the letters into his coat. His gun felt heavier than ever. He whispered to himself, "Love or duty?" The words echoed like thunder. The prophecy had given him no escape. Only a choice. And he knew, one way or another, the city would never be the same again.